Hey guys, I'm back with another Minecraft tutorial, and in this one I'm going to be showing you how to build this split level house. So it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house with a cool deck at the back side. So here's the plot size for the build. I do want to mention real quick, where this yellow rectangle is, that's just going to be the space needed for the house itself, and then everything at the front side of the house, which includes the driveway for the garage, and the path which leads up to the front door. So this does not include the landscaping at the side and at the back side of the house, so those layers of grass is going to be completely left up to you, so you can make those however big or however small you would like. The reason I'm doing this is because they're pretty much random, and I think it'll be best just to leave that up to you guys. So from front to back it's going to be 48 blocks, and from left to right it's going to be 35. And I actually forgot to mark out where the front and the back side is, so where that number 35 is, that is the front side of the house, so just keep that in mind. So here in part 1, we're just going to be marking out where the house is going to be. So we're just going to be bringing up the exterior walls, and marking out where the windows and doorways are going to be. So for now, you're going to want to go ahead and grab some bricks, pillar quartz blocks, gray concrete, white stained glass panes, quartz slabs, white concrete, quartz stairs, and some dark oak fences. We're going to start with the pillar quartz block. I'm here at the front side, and we're going to head on over towards the left. So we'll just go right here where the corner of the plot size is, and we want to count towards the back so that we're on the 16th block. So we have 1 right here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Now let's skip over to the right too. So we have 1 and 2. So we're going to place a pillar quartz block right there, and that's going to start where the foundation of the house will be. So we left 1 space of grass here at the left, and then we have the edge of our plot size. Okay, so now we're going to continue with some bricks, and we're going to start shaping out the rest of the foundation. And then we'll go ahead and start bringing up our walls. So now, behind this pillar quartz block, I'm going to place 29 blocks of brick. So starting right here, go ahead and work your way towards the back and place 29. Alright, and now back to your pillar quartz block and place 1 right there. So we're left with 1 extra space of grass. And then we have the edge of our plot size. So we have this strip just like that. So this is the left side of the house. Now I'm at the back side of the house. We're going to continue with our bricks. We're going to go towards the left side of our pillar here. And starting right here, we're going to place 11 brick. And now, right after that, switch back to your pillar quartz block and place 1 right there. So I'm looking at the build from the back side. We have this L shape, just like this. So I wasn't actually planning on doing anything with the deck here in part 1, but I think it'll just make it a lot easier to mark out how the house is going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some spruce planks, and we're going to start shaping out where the deck is going to be at the back side of the house. So switch to those. And we're going to go right next to our pillar quartz block here. We're going to work our way over towards the left, and we're going to place 18 spruce planks. Okay, so now we're left with 1 extra space of grass, and then the edge of our plot size here. And now we're going to work our way back up towards the front. So we're going to start right here, and we're going to place 13 more blocks of the spruce planks. So this is where the corner of the house is going to be, and this is all going to be a deck here. I thought it would just make it a lot easier to go ahead and mark that out instead of pretty much just leaving it empty. What I was planning on doing was I was going to cut in right here with the house and work our way over there, but that'll just kind of be a waste of materials. Let's say you're doing this in survival. We're not actually really going to have anything here except for our interior walls. So instead of having a bunch of random brick here that's going to be covered up either way, we'll just go ahead and mark out where the deck is going to be. So this is what we have so far. This is what it's looking like at the back side. So I'm going to go ahead and actually work my way back up towards the front. And we're going to continue over here where we left off where the deck is. And then we're going to continue with the regular brick and the pillar quartz. So the actual house itself and not the deck. So let's get on to that next. So like I said, let's head back over here where the edge of the deck is. And we're going to switch to our pillar quartz block. And we'll place one right here at the edge. And then back to the bricks. And we're going to place 11, working our way up towards the front. And now, right after that, we're going to switch back to the pillar quartz block and place it right there. So now if I look at it from the front side, this is what we have so far. Next up, let's head on over here towards the left side of this pillar. And we're going to place 18 bricks going towards the left. Now, let's line up with that final block right there, and we're going to work our way towards the front and place 3. And now, switch to your pillar quartz block, we're going to place it right there. Go towards the left of that pillar quartz, and place 2 extra blocks of brick. We'll go right next to this pillar as well, so towards the right side of it, and place 2 like that. And now, we should be left with 7 spaces in between. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is where the garage door is going to be. Okay, so we have that all marked out. And now we're going to add a few extra layers of pillar and brick. And then we'll start doing the actual walls of the house itself for the top part. As you can see over there, it's white concrete. So let's continue on by bringing up the rest of these layers. So I'm going to switch to my pillar quartz block, and we'll just start here at the front side. And we'll start with this pillar right here in the middle, and we're going to add an extra 3 layers. Let's go ahead and do the same thing with the brick, so 3 extra layers there. We'll do the same on this side. And then the same with this pillar. And now switch back to your brick, and we're going to bring a strip straight across from one side to the other where this opening is. So like I mentioned before, this is where the garage door is going to be, but we are going to end up cutting down a couple extra layers of grass. So the driveway is going to be working its way down and kind of like underneath the house. It's like a basement garage. That's pretty much what I was going for. So the garage door is going to start right here, and it's going to end up a few blocks lower. So we'll have a full garage door here. But this is what it's going to be looking like so far. And now we're going to work our way just right along the entire side here. We will go back later and add a couple windows, but for now, just to make it a lot easier, we're going to completely fill this all in with brick. And then like I mentioned, after we get it all filled in and all these walls brought up, we'll cut out the necessary space for where all these little windows are going to be. These are pretty much like basement windows that are going to be here. So they're just going to be 1 block in height. So we're just bringing this up to the same height as everything else, so an extra 3 layers of brick, as well as an extra 3 layers of the pillar right there. Now let's continue here towards the back side, 3 more layers of brick again, and then for that corner right there where the pillar is. And then for the deck here, it is going to be an extra 4 layers, but just for right now, we're going to just bring it up to the same height as everything else. So we're going to add an extra 3. Because we don't want to interfere with the extra layers where the house, like the extra layers where the extra wall is going to be. So if we bring this up too high, it'll get in the way. So we're just going to leave it at the same height as everything else for now. But I do want to mention this will be an extra block in height later on once we get to it. So just keep that in mind. So it's looking like this. And now we're going to add the rest of our walls with the white concrete as seen over there. So let's get onto that next. Next up, we're going to have an overhang around the top edge of our wall here, wrapping all the way around the house, or pretty much just where all the brick areas are. So make sure you have your quartz slabs, and we're going to place 2 right here in the corner. So keep in mind I'm at the front side, that's where the opening where the garage is going to be. So we have the 2 slabs here. Now we're going to go over towards the right, and we're going to skip over 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now starting at this 6th block, we're going to work our way towards the right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and an extra 1 right there so that it's 12. So from here, all the way towards the other side, we have 12, and then we skipped over 5 spaces, and then we have 2 here. Let's continue right here where the 2 is, and we're just going to wrap this around. Very simple, just an extra layer further than where the wall is, all here at the top layer of the wall. Wrapping it all the way around towards the side and here at the back. And then we're going to stop it at this 1 block of the planks. So 1 block further than our pillar quartz here, and then we have it lined up with the wood. Okay, let's go back up here towards the front. We're going to go right behind here. Work along the side and stop it right here as well. So 1 block further than the pillar quartz and lined up with the wood, just like how we did it over there. Okay, so now on top of all of these quartz slabs is where we're going to start bringing up the extra wall. So let's go ahead and place where all the pillar quartz blocks are going to be. So I'm going to start here at the front side, and this is at the right corner from where the garage door is going to be. And we have this corner here. And we're going to place 7 blocks of pillar quartz. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, let's go over here to this corner as well and do the same thing. Work your way towards the back to where this corner is, and once again, another 7. And then we have this slab right here. We're going to place another 7. And then over here at this edge, and then the final corner right here. Alright, very simple. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pillars going up like that. So now in between all of those, we could go ahead and start placing our walls. So make sure you have your white concrete, and all we're really going to be doing for right now is just adding 3 extra layers in between all the pillars, and pretty much just like on top of all of our slabs here. So we'll start here at the front where the garage door is going to be, and just right in between all the pillars and right on top of our slabs, we're going to add 3 layers of white concrete. And we're going to skip this space here for now, and we'll just head right on over to here. And then that little corner space right here. And there we go. So this is what we have so far. So now I'm here at the back side of the house, and we're going to continue with the rest of our walls that we haven't quite marked out yet. So I'm just going to go right behind this pillar here. And with the white concrete, you can also see we're lined up with the edge of our wood. And we want to bring this along until we're lined up with that pillar over there. Okay, so we're going to start right here and bring it along until we're lined up. So right there. Okay, and now we can connect this back to that other pillar. And it's like that. So now, this big square right here This entire space here at the corner of the house is going to be the deck at the back side. Now, let's go ahead and add one other layer of white concrete on top of this. And now let's add one more. And real quick, I do want to mention, so we're going to stop it there. We're going to add an extra 2. And now let's skip over 2 because this is where the back door is going to be. So starting right here, let's continue with our third layer, right up to there. So we pretty much just added 3 layers of white concrete, but left 2 spaces right here for where the back door will be. So there we go, that is all looking pretty good. I'm at the back side of the house again, and right here where the deck area is, I'm going to make sure to switch to your spruce planks, and I'm just going to add one more layer right on top of all the wood that we already marked out. So now this is brought up to the height that it'll stay at. Just wanted to make sure to do that real quick before we forget. Now we're going to go ahead and start marking out where all the windows are, where the white concrete walls are. And then we'll be sure to cut out the necessary spaces for the windows and the brick walls. And then we'll mark out the front door and the back door. And we'll probably just leave it at that for part 1 once we get all that done. So let's go ahead and start marking out the windows for the upper layer next. So we'll start here at the front side, right above where the garage door is. Make sure to have your white concrete. We're going to go right up against our pillars here and just add a layer going all the way up. So 4 extra layers. Then be sure to switch to your gray concrete and we'll add 3 layers like that. We'll skip over 2 and add another 3. We'll go over here to this side and do the same thing. So 3 like that, skip over 2 and 3 there. And then go ahead and grab your quartz stairs and place 2 upside down here at the top. And now we'll grab our white stained glass panes and add 4, just like that. So now we have these 2 windows here at the front marked out. And the last thing we need to do is switch back to our white concrete and fill in all the rest of this empty space right in between the windows and here at the top. So there we go, we have 2 windows marked out here at the front. We will be adding some quartz stairs and slabs, and it's going to be kind of like these little flower bed decorations here right underneath the windows, so it's not just really empty. It'll add a little bit more here at the front, but we won't worry about that quite just yet. But let's head on over here towards the left and we'll start marking out where all these windows are. So let's switch to our white concrete. We'll go right behind this pillar here, right up against it, and add 4 extra layers like that. Switch to your gray concrete. We'll add 3. We'll skip over 2 and add another 3. Skip over 1, add 3 again, and then skip over 2 and add 3 like that. So we're going to have 2 4-block windows right here. So make sure to have your quartz stairs. We'll place 2 upside down like that and 2 right here. And then 4 white stained glass panes for each window. Okay. Now let's continue towards the left. We're going to skip over 2 spaces. So we're on the 3rd block. We're going to place 3 gray concrete, skip over 1, and another 3, and then an upside down quartz stair, and then white stained glass panes. So that is just a small bathroom window right there. These 2 here are the bedroom windows. Okay, now let's head on towards the back. We're gonna go right up against this pillar here. Just bring that right up there. And then we're going to have a little bit of a different window here. So we're going to have 3 blocks like that of the gray concrete. We'll skip over 1. We'll place another 3. Skip over 2. Place 3 again. Then skip over 1 and place 3 one more time. So this is going to be a big window here. Every space is going to be filled in with glass. So we're going to have upside down quartz stairs in between all of the gray concrete like that. And then all the rest of the space will be glass. Okay. Now, all the other space for this wall will be white concrete. So we'll just start here at the top. We'll bring it right along from one side to the other. And then we'll get all this extra space in between the windows. So now we have this wall all marked out. That looks pretty good. We'll head towards the back, and we'll work on this wall next. So it's just going to be the same that we did at the front. So we have the 2 4-block windows there. So we're going to do the same thing here at the back. So a strip of white concrete right along the pillar on each side. And then switch to your gray concrete. We'll have 3 like that. Skip over 2. Have another 3. Go over here. 3 like that. Skip over 2 and another 3. And now the upside down court stairs in between those gray concrete are white stained glass panes, and then all the other space are white concrete. Next up, we'll start focusing on these inner walls here, so that one and that one. So we'll start over here next. So we're going to have the same window on this wall as we did over there. So we're just going to line them up. Start with your white concrete right up against that pillar. And then just the same window that we had there. So I'll hurry up and do it. You could just match it up. Very simple. And now the rest of this wall will just be white concrete. And it's looking like that. Let's go right here where these 2 spaces of extra white concrete are. We'll just fill that in. And once again, this is where our doorway is going to be. Let's go ahead and just do that now. So we have our white stained glass panes. We'll place 3 going up like that. And then we'll curve out the bottom one and the top one. And then we'll have a dark oak fence. And I actually forgot this at the original build. We want to be sure to have 2 upside down quartz stairs right above our doorway here. It just adds a little bit more. I didn't actually add that at the original one. I completely forgot. But we'll be sure not to forget it for this one. And now we're going to have a little bit of a bigger window over here. So it's a similar design to that one. But you can see we have 2 spaces here in the middle. This one over here is going to have 3 in the middle. So with your white concrete, go right up against our pillar like that. And then we'll start with our gray concrete. We'll place 3. We'll skip over 1. Place 3 again. And like I said, we're going to skip over 3. Place it there. And skip over 1 and place our final 3. And then the upside down quartz stairs. White stained glass panes. And then all the rest of the space here on this wall will be white concrete. So this is what we have here at the back. And now we'll head on over here to this wall, and we'll do these windows next. Make sure you have your white concrete. We're going to place a layer right up against our pillars, just like we've done everywhere else. And then we're going to have 2 4-block windows on this wall. So we have our 3 blocks of gray concrete, skip over 2, 3 right there, go over to this side, and do the same thing. And then it's just the same design that we've done for all the other windows, and then we just fill all the other space in with our white concrete. This wall is done. And now we have all the rest of this space here. For this side, let's go ahead and fill this in with our white concrete. And we'll do this extra space right there. So just like this L shape. Like that. And now right here, we're going to have the same window that we have right there at the back. So now let's go ahead and mark out where the front door will be. We have our white concrete. We're just going to add 2 layers here at the top. And then here at the bottom, we'll add a layer of white concrete. This will be, like these 3 blocks here will be replaced with our actual floors for the house, but we'll just leave it as it is for now, so it makes it a little bit easier to place our door. And then on each side, let's add 1 extra layer of white concrete. So we have 2 spaces here, and then 2 spaces here, and then we are left with the edge of the window. Okay? And now we can mark out where the doorway is going to be. So we're going to have 3 upside down quartz stairs. Switch to your white stained glass panes. We'll have 3 going up here at the right, and then we'll bring it out 1 more. Then we'll curve out the bottom one and the top one, and then have our dark oak fence. So this is where the front door will be. You can walk in right here. And I do want to mention, this doorway, as you can see, it's not the same height as this back one. So this front door should be 1 block lower than the back door. Okay, so just keep that in mind. If you notice that this door is 1 block lower than this one, you didn't do anything wrong. That is how it should be. It's a little bit different than how my other builds are. So just in case if you did see that and were very confused, don't worry. It should be like that. So we have that all marked out. Now, the last thing I want to do here in this video, we're not going to worry about the garage door or anything, but we will go ahead and carve out all the necessary holes in the brick and replace them with the windows for the basement area. So we'll get onto that next, and we'll leave it at that for part 1 once we have it done. So we're going to start over here at the left side of the house first, and make sure to have your gray concrete, and you always want to be sure to leave 1 space of brick here at the bottom below where the windows will be. So we're going to look at this wall, make sure to have 1 space of brick here at the right, and then we're going to carve out 4 spaces like that. We'll have a window right here, just like that. And then let's carve out another 4. We'll have another gray concrete block there, and then white stained glass panes, and then another one. Let's skip over 1 space of brick, carve out 4 spaces here, have another window. And now, skip over 2 spaces of brick. We're going to cut out 4 spaces here. Have a window like that. And then cut out 3. 2 white stained glass panes there, and a gray concrete block. So we have this one where there's 1 space of gray concrete in between the windows. And over here, there's 2 spaces. So just keep that in mind. These windows are a little bit different. And now we have 1 more window for this wall. So we want to skip over this brick here, carve out 4, and have a window like that. So there we go. We have all the windows for this side done. And we'll work our way towards the back now, and we'll look at this wall. So we have just 1 window here at this wall. So make sure to leave 1 space here at the right of brick. We're going to cut out 4 spaces and just a window like that. And now we are actually done with all of the windows. Okay, so that's going to be it for part 1 of this tutorial on how to build this split level house. If it helped you, be sure to please leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in part 2.